Hi everyone! I know that we just celebrated Mother's Day and sometimes motherhood can be so difficult. Sometimes it can be so rewarding and it's actually a mixture of different emotions and different struggles. So today, I'd like to share my own thoughts about motherhood to all of you. Today, I will be answering the questions that are sent to me by my followers in social media. But before I answer all those questions, I'm just gonna enjoy my cup of coffee. Start the ball rolling and I'm gonna answer the first question. What's the first question from our followers? I have 3. So my firstborn is 5 years old. I have a son, so he's 5 years old, and I have 2 daughters who is 3 years old and 1 year old. I did mixed feeding. So yung eldest ko, we did breastfeeding for I think about 7 months. But after that, I got so busy with work and everything, so hindi ko na natuloy-tuloy. My second baby, I did have a lot of milk. Can you imagine na puno ko 2 ref ng breast milk ko. Ganun kadami yung milk ko, I stock up on it. But you know what? My daughter doesn't like breast milk. She likes the formula milk. So I ended up donating this milk. Buti na lang, there was this mommy that time who gave birth to triplets. And I was able to donate all those milk to them. Actually, the 3 of them, iba-iba sila ng sleeping na arrangement. So, my son, he likes walking. So, gusto niya, kinakarga siya at nilalakad-lakad siya to and fro. Siyempre, nakakapagod for me. So, it's his dad who does it. And then, my other daughter, yung second ko, mahilig siyang mag-ride ng car. So, we have to drive around and bring her. So ang husband ko, he drives the car and I'm the one who's carrying her until she's asleep, and then pag tulog na siya, nilalagay na namin siya sa bed. Magastos nga lang sa gas, lalo na ngayon. So yun. And then the last one, actually yung last one ko, yun yung mga pinaka hindi ako nahirapan magpatulog. Mabilis lang siyang patulugin. So parang wala akong masyadong extra na ginawa. Of course, it's very inevitable na mag-aaway yun. I have 3 kids. And you can't really stop them from fighting. Even if I give them all the same kind of toys, everything the same pantay-pantay, they always find reasons to fight. So, syempre, they're still learning their boundaries. Yung boundaries nila sa sarili nila at yung boundaries din ng ibang tao, minsan naaapakan nila. So, you have to let them go through that process. It's a learning experience as well. But what is important for me is the reconciliation. What happens after fighting? So after they fight, I teach them to say sorry to each other, to forgive each other, and to overlook all those mistakes and move forward as brothers and sisters. I never spank as much as possible. Siguro yung husband ko, he's the one who spanks, but he really hates it when he spanks. Ayaw na ayaw din niya mag-spank. Both of us. So siguro other ways namin of disciplining would be time out. Like we would just get all their phones, their gadgets, or their TV. They can't watch. Parang nag-ground sila. Pero syempre the kids, you can't ground them for the whole day. Siguro gina-ground lang namin for 30 minutes to an hour. And they really take it to heart. They really learn their lesson. After that, pagkatapos ng 30 minutes or 1 hour na sila, parang nagfe-face the wall sila or nasa loob sila ng room and they're just alone there with their yaya. Paglabas nila ng kwarto, tumitino na sila. So, no need to spank. Yes, as much as possible, but it's very hard to just say no to them. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko kahit sa mga dati kong videos. If you don't want your kids to use gadgets, you can't just tell them, stop using your gadgets and take away their phones or their iPad or other gadgets. What I think you can do, because this is what has been working for me, is you replace this gadget time with other activities. Syempre, the reason naman why they're using these gadgets is because they're bored. So, I have ballet for my daughter, and then I have Muay Thai for my son, and of course, yung baby ko, which is just 1 year old, hindi pa naman siya masyadong nag-gadgets, at hindi ko pa rin siya pwedeng i-enroll sa mga ganong activities, so she's just home, she's playing with her toys. They are important, but it's actually not the grades that's important, it's actually the education. One time, pinag-aaral ko yung son ko. I was helping him study for his exams, and I was reviewing his test papers, saan siya tama, saan siya mali, reviewing those questions. And there was one time na there's a question there, mali yung sagot niya. But he kept on insisting na yun yung tamang answer. So I had to ask him, Trent, do you want to just get a good grade? Do you just want to get 1 point? Or do you really want to learn? Because if you just get a 1 point for this question just because you're reasoning to me why you should get 1 point for this, you will never learn until you're old. Hanggang na, yun na yung alam mo. But if you accept that this is wrong, learn from it, and learn ano yung tamang answer the next time you answer this question, then I think you will learn for life. And so, doon medyo nag-quiet siya at na-realize niya na sometimes it's much better to learn than to get a point. About money, before, parang medyo aversive ako on teaching my children about money. Parang I don't want them to learn about money. Parang it's a topic that's taboo for me. Pero di na talaga maiwasan ngayon kasi part na ng school nila, like sa son ko, meron silang numeracy and logical reasoning, and part of that lesson is yung money, mag-count ng money, tapos mag-pay, tapos kumuha ng change. So I think these are basic things. I really don't know yet how to teach them about money. Pero if there's one thing, I don't like saying na parang, say for example, there's a toy that they like. I don't like telling them na, hey, we don't have money to buy that toy, or yung mga ganon. I don't like that kasi nagiging nafo-focus mo yung bata sa pera, na tingin niya parang magiging happy lang siya, makukuha niya lang yung mga bagay na yan for pera. So yung motivation niya is money, and I don't want that. I think what I always say is, maybe we just buy it next time because you still have more toys that you haven't played with, or we just bought a new toy for you. I don't think it's the right time to buy another one. Or maybe if the toy is really just too expensive, instead of saying it's too expensive, you just say, let's not buy it right now. We need more time to be able to get that toy. Parang ganon. So, hindi money talaga dapat yung focus. Well, as a mom, yung initial reaction, at saka babae, initial reaction mo parang very emotional, you'll get really hurt and angry and ganun. But you know, if pag nawala na lahat ng emotions na yon, I think what remains is the need for you to teach your son how to be strong. Kasi hindi mo talaga pwedeng ma-eliminate lahat ng bullies sa mundo. Hindi mo pwedeng ilipat ng school yung anak mo, hoping that you will arrive at a school that walang bully talaga. Hindi talaga walang ganon. I don't agree na may to bullying, okay? It doesn't mean that I agree to bullying, but what I'm saying is you can't avoid bullying in schools as much as we want to. You cannot keep on uprooting your kid from her environment or his environment and trying to look for a new environment kasi wala talaga tayong control sa ugali na ng kids ngayon, ng ibang bata, at sa kung paano sila pinapalaki ng magulang nila. But what you can control is to teach your son how to be strong, how to stand up for himself. Okay? Na hindi siya, say for example, if may nagbubully sa kanya, I will teach him na you have to call out that bully, and you have to tell me or you have to tell your teacher about it. Don't do something that you're gonna regret, okay? Don't be a bully as well. That's one. Another thing, if the bully doesn't stop, of course, we have to do our part. As parents, we have to talk to the teacher or to talk to the school administration about this bullying incident. We have to report it to the right authorities. Okay, that's our job as parents. Hindi naman, you can't expect your son to be going to the school administration and advocate for himself or herself, right? So it's our job as parents. And if worst comes to worst talaga, pag lagi talagang binubuli yung anak mo, kahit saan mo na dinala or what, you can also try homeschooling din. There's a lot of different ways naman on how you can deal with bullying. So, pwede namang different strokes for different folks. What's the right age that I will allow my kids to date? Well, my son is just 5 years old, pero so if I just consider that question, no, yung dating, I think it's really a normal part of life, yung dating, di ba? Kasi itong mga anak natin, they are just pahiram, hindi talaga siya sa atin. Stewards lang tayo ng mga anak natin. Ang role lang natin as parents is to guide them so they become good adults. And also, part of their growing up years, part of their maturity, is to get to know the other sex, no? Yung ganon, yung mag-date. So, ayoko rin, parang, of course, as a mom, it's something that I don't want. Pero, I know that it's necessary for my child to become mature. Okay? So, I'm not gonna stop him. Pero, siguro there's the right age. Ang right age siguro would be 18. Yung ano na siya, yung adult na siya sa batas. Kasi sometimes the kids, before 18 pa lang, feeling nila adults na sila. But, you know, I just tell them, you're adult in your own mind lang. But, you know, according to the law, you're still not yet an adult. So, 18 years old siguro and up, pwede nang mag-date. Pero, pagka wala pang work, I think I'm gonna chaperone. Of course, I don't want him to be conscious, ganun. So, I really have to keep everything to myself, yung mga whatever na iniisip ko, para open pa rin siya sa akin. I don't want na sabihin na, ay, wag ganyan, wag ganito, wag ganun. Kasi gusto ko open siya. It's the same way I deal with a lot of my other emotions, no? With, you know, my frustrations sa work, with my frustrations with a lot of other things. So, you just, take it as it is. Now, these are just emotions, and emotions come and go. I don't need to make decisions that are gonna really affect me long term because all these emotions are short term. Ganun lang. My top 3 parenting goals, as I said nga kanina, itong mga anak natin, they are just pahiram, no? They are just parang lent to us by God. So my goals for them would be for them to become good adults, kind adults. Yun yung pinaka-important, for them to be very kind, number 1. Number 2, aside from being kind, I want them to be very strong. I don't want them to just, let other people step on them. Okay? That's something that I would not let them do, even if they're kind. And lastly, I want them to contribute to the world. I want them to wake up with a purpose. Bakit ba sila nilagay dito ng Panginoon sa mundo? They do something to contribute to the world. So, yun lang yung goal ko as a parent. How do I balance work and family? I guess I am just very lucky that yung husband ko is very supportive with what I do. He accepts me for me, and Dawn, sa puso niya is a working mom talaga. I really like to work. Hindi ko kaya yung hindi mag-work sa isang araw na nagsistay lang sa bahay. But when I'm really home, I really spend time with my kids. I really make the most out of it. I read them stories. I have breakfast with them. Basta when I'm home, I'm with the kids. I focus on them. Pero when I'm outside the house, I have to focus on the work. Kasi hindi naman pwede na nasa work ako, ang iniisip ko, bahay ko. Diba? I'm not present in my work. Hindi rin pwede na nasa bahay ako, ang iniisip ko, work ko. Kung saan yung katawan ko, nandun yung isip ko. So if I'm at home, I focus on the kids. If I'm at work, I focus on my work. My biggest fear as a parent is, I think, the same fear that almost all parents are afraid of. That is losing your child, no? Yung parang mauna sila sa'yo. Yan yung pinaka hindi mo kaya. lahat ng problems kaya mo except that. Kasi that's what makes you a parent, di ba? Ikaw talaga dapat mauuna over your kids. And I've experienced that twice. When I gave birth to my second daughter, she had ABO incompatibility because my husband's blood type is type AB and my blood type was type O. So after I gave birth, akala namin okay na, normal na. She was cleared to go. We went home. After 10 days, nagtaka ako kasi kahit na hindi pa 10 days, mga few days pa lang, she's always asleep. And then I told my husband, of course, she's my second baby. I did not have any idea. I just thought it's her personality na antukin siya. Sabi ko lang sa husband ko, bakit parang sobrang antukin siya, no? And then she would not feed. Hindi siya nagdedede. I had to force feed her with a dropper. Kasi parang ilang oras na hindi siya nag-a-ask for milk. And I know na she's not gonna last, di ba? If she doesn't have anything on herself. Tapos after 10 days, parang sobrang ano na talaga niya, very weak. Tapos she turned yellow. So we brought her to the hospital and that's when we learned that she had ABO incompatibility. And we were so afraid of losing her talaga. She had a lot of injections, nagkaroon siya ng blood exchange transfusion, and all those things. And that really, really scared me. And the same thing also happened with my last child. And yun yung pinaka-fear ko lang. The rest, okay na, kaya ko. The feeling when I had my first child, you know, I vividly remember that day, and I vividly remember the first words that came out of my mouth. When he came out of me, normal delivery ako, so I was awake, but of course, I was a little drugged kasi naka-anesthesia ako. But I blessed him. I said a lot of good words to him. Yun yung first words na narinig niya. I told him, this is Trent, kasi I named my son Trent. This is Trent. He's the best baby in the world. So I don't know if it's just the drugs or if it's really my mommy heart that's talking. So yun. I think right now kasi there's really a lot of advice for other parents, ganon, solicited and unsolicited. And sometimes it can make parents feel insecure na parang, bakit hindi ko alam na ganito pala? Or, you know, I think this person is a better parent than I am. I think I don't wanna go that route. What I think is best for all parents is to focus on their children. All of us have different paths. Iba-iba rin yung mga anak natin. Iba-iba yung ating mga situations. So, I know that each parent will always give what's best for their children. Just trust yourself. Give your love, full love. Don't ever think that your kids are gonna be spoiled, because they're gonna be spoiled if you don't spend time with them, if you don't love them enough. Yun yung nakaka-spoil. But if you just shower them with love, if you just shower them with attention, don't ever think that that's going to spoil them. That's actually gonna make them better and secure people. My dream for my children is for them to surpass what I've achieved for myself. I want them to be way better than I am. Not only in academics, not only in achievements, but also in their personal lives, in their relationships. I want them to be better than me. I want to teach them all the things that I'm not good at, yung mga mistakes ko in the past, and yung mga triumphs ko. I want them to have that because I want them to be better than me. Yun lang yung pinaka-goal ko. My kids to be much better than I am. Yes, actually, I like it. Sandali, tikman ko pa one more time. Yeah, it really tastes good. Parang hindi siya ganun kapait. I'm a very sweet tooth, so I like it na hindi siya mapait. Is this, how did you make this? Ah, okay, that's new. Can I check the box? Okay, so Bonavita is an 8-in-1 coffee. I thought it's 3-in-1, but it's actually 8-in-1. So, what makes it 8-in-1? It's with malunggay, mangosteen, guyabano, ganoderma, and acai berry. So, that's 5. What's the other 3? It has iron, okay, 1%, calcium, 5%, potassium, 10%. Wow! So, yeah, this is great. So, I think I'll have this every day from now on. I love it. So mommies and daddies, don't be frustrated if sometimes you don't know kung ano yung mga dapat mong gawin. You know, parenting has no manual. Ako din, I have so many questions and there are so many things that I feel that I'm not good at or that I don't know how to, you know, navigate. Ang dami talaga unique sa pagiging parent. But that's okay. As long as you love your kids, you give them your full attention, you give them all the love that you can give them. That's enough. It's more than enough. Hindi na natin kailangan ng mga material things, ng mga ibang bagay. Sometimes, di ba, we wanna go travel palagi because we always see sa social media that parents and families are bonding, traveling, going out to places, eating out, buying this and all that. Sometimes we can't do all those things, right? In reality. But what's important is your love. Your love is enough. As long as alam ng anak mo that you love him with all your heart, you love her with all your heart, that's enough. You don't need all those other things. But if you can afford to have those things, syempre, go ahead, di ba? Minsan, mas maganda pa rin na we spend time with them, we let them explore and experience a lot of new things. Better than buying them gadgets. So, yun. I hope that you like this video, and if you like it, please click the like button, and if you want to share it to your other friends and family, please click the share button, and if you want to see more of my videos, please click the subscribe button. And if you want to know if there are new videos that are coming up, please click the bell button and you will be notified. Bye!